What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Real Feel. Welcome back to me life. From 2 weeks ago until now, I'm doing better. Mentally, a little bit better. Still working on myself, still working on life, and I hope you are too. I hope you're working on the things that need to better yourself and better your situation and better your path. I know it's been a while since I posted, but it's not that I haven't wanted to. It's because of the internet thing, and I've used up data to try to post, and plus I've been working the past week or so full time. It's weird because 2 weeks ago I was really truly upset that I couldn't get the job that I, let's say, wanted at the time. I was frustrated because this happened, that happened. Like, I was about to get that job. It was about to be set, and everything was set for a certain date. And I mentioned this in my other videos. And then all of a sudden, boom, I lost it. And then something happens like that. We're all like, fuck, man. Like, I really wanted that. Let me put you in my position where I was like, fuck. I was like, I really wanted that job. I wanted it. It was good hours. It was a good place to work at. It was a good job that I wanted to do. It was easy, good money. Everything was good for it. Everything was set, and then boom, it was gone because something happened. And I was frustrated for that so long. I was wondering what was happening. I wasn't taking certain jobs. I was being picky. I was being this way. I was being that way. I was frustrated that I wasn't getting what I wanted at the time. And it's taking a lesson from this because 2 weeks ago from then till like now, like a week ago, let's say, I was up about a week ago, I think it was about Thursday, I was still frustrated, and I was telling the temp service because this lady was trying to find me something, and she was upset that I lost out on that position due to other things. And in that time I was pissed because I was like, man, this is what I wanted. I don't want that. This is how I wanted it. But I always had something in my gut saying something's coming. Something better is coming. I don't know what it is, but something's coming. I wonder why this is happening. I wonder why I'm turning down this. And I said I was frustrated because I lost the other job, so I was being picky, and I didn't want to grab this job, and I didn't want to grab that job. But something was telling me that something's coming, and I was believing in something was coming, and I believed that, or I knew that something better was coming. And it did. Like that Thursday last week, I was like, I gotta find, like, there's gonna be something. And then I get a phone call. She said, "Lo, I think I found something for you, and you can wear your piercings, you can do this." Like, there was all these little things I couldn't do, so I couldn't get the job, and there was like little somethings in between. I'm getting to a point. She said, "Okay, I have this place. You're gonna be doing it's like almost like what I wanted before, but I guess better. And you'll be doing picking and packing." It was all board games. And I kind of knew the idea of what the job was, and I've been to something like that before. Long story short, sure enough, I show up. I do the job. First day was amazing. Like, it was, to me, it was, holy shit. These people are good. These people are great. This is perfect. This is good hours. I can do this. And that's where I was thinking a week ago, where I was like, something good is coming. And then I'm telling you, like, this job, I'm so happy that I waited, and I'm so happy that I was patient, and I'm so happy that I kept turning down the things that I didn't think that was right for me. And then sure enough, I get this job that are good people. I met some good people. The hours are good. The money's good. It's easy work. I get to work independent when I feel. It's everything worked out. It's better than what the other job that I was supposed to get. So my point is that if something bad is gonna happen that way, or it's not even bad, but if you're gonna lose out on something, and you're like, man, I can't believe I lost out on that spot, just know there's another plan for you. There's something else. You just gotta keep not giving up. Because if I gave up in those 2 weeks completely, like if I gave up and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do this, and I was going to go back on EI because the EI kicked in again, and I said, screw it, I'll just take another 3 or 4 months off and not work and And then that phone call came in, and I was like not believing in it because it was happening for a week that she said she found something and then it didn't work out. But then this time she was like, no, I found something for you. And sure enough, I love it. I've been there for a week. They're looking to hire people within 3 months. I love the managers. I love the supervisors. I love the people that I work with. It's just a better feeling for me. It's a better way of living for me. And I'm glad that I waited I'm glad I waited patiently, and I'm glad that I kept turning down the things that I did for this position to happen. And I'm glad for the things that happened in those 2 weeks for this to happen, and for the people that I met. And yeah, I mean, that's why I haven't really posted in a while, plus with the internet and stuff. I will have this posted today, today is Sunday. Yeah, so I don't really know where to bring this video, but it brings it out to have patience. Things will come together. You just got to keep thinking positive. You got to keep moving forward. For example, if I stopped and I gave up and I said, screw it, nothing's coming, and I gave up for those 2 weeks, where do you think I'd be today? Not in a good position at all. But I kept believing, and I kept knowing that something was coming. And it's the patience. It's the patience that you have to have when things happen. Like when things don't go your way and you're wondering why, something better is coming. And the only way for that better to come is not giving up. And looking for that next, looking for what could come next. Looking for the out, looking for the next step, whatever the next step is, and not putting yourself down because something happened or because you lost out on something that you thought you were supposed to get, and it didn't come, or you didn't get it, whatever it is. Just know that if you keep taking the next step, something better is going to come, and it happened for me. And I just kept believing in it. I didn't know what it was. I was curious of what it was going to be. I just didn't know what it was. All I know is that I was believing in it, and I knew something was going to happen. And then sure enough, this job that didn't think that would come, it has been waiting for me. And, something was telling me to turn down everything that was coming my way because this job was coming. Which I didn't know. I just had I knew something was coming. I didn't know it was going to be this job, but I knew something was coming. But that takes strength of believing in yourself, believing in things that can happen, believing that the better is around the corner. It's just taking the steps towards it and actually doing it. Because I'm telling you, I was from my last videos until now, I was super fucking down on myself. And then whatever happened with that girl and stuff, and whatever happened with my bad thoughts 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, all that was meant to happen for a reason, to bring myself into today and to learn about myself, because I put myself on this journey. And what do you think, that it's just gonna happen right from point A to point B to point Z, whatever? You think it's just gonna happen that quickly? No, you got to go through the process. You got to go through the mental process. You got to go through the physical process. You got to go through the process to actually figure it out. You can't just be like, well, that didn't happen, so this is going to come next. I'm just going to sit on my couch and wait for it. No, you got to make the phone calls. You gotta ask the people. You gotta curate this to figure out that. You got to make this to figure out that. You have to do these things for that next to come. Like that job, the last job that I was supposed to get, trust me, it was a wicked place. It just probably wasn't meant to be. And I don't believe that it was meant to be. Or I believe that it was meant to be for me to move forward to where I am today, because I met great people that have the same ideas as I do. I met some musicians that do record the same thing, like they do the same things I do. We all relate. Most of us relate. I've already met some good people within the first 2 days. The manager's good. The supervisor's good. Like, the last place was kind of not like that. The job was good and everything. It was a good, positive place, but this seems 10 times better. And my point is that if you know something in your gut and you shouldn't rush. Don't rush, because if I rushed and I jumped on the job, right, I was like, whatever, I just want something and I need to take this because I need to start making money. And again, if it wasn't for that EI kicking back in, because I was running out of cash and it was coming to that point where I needed to work for sure and there was no work coming, if it wasn't for that EI to kick back in, it wouldn't have gave me the finances to push through another week or another few days to get this job, because I won't be getting paid for another week or so because I just started. And then this EI funding is what's helped me through this 2 weeks. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to push through. But I knew something was coming. And if you have this gut feeling and your gut is rumbling and your heart is pounding and you feel something that's coming, wait for it. Have some patience, but you have to take action towards it. You can't just sit and wait for it. If I just sat around for that 2 weeks, just think, no, not making the phone call, not putting my feeling out there, not putting my idea out there, not putting out what I was looking for. If I wasn't putting any of that out to what I wanted and towards what I wanted to do, none of this would have happened. I would have missed out. I would have missed out on it. It would have passed me. I would have been doing another job that I wasn't happy with, and then I would have left that one, and then I wouldn't have found another one for a while. It just would have been a crazy mess. But I took that time and I processed life throughout those couple weeks and took the time for myself to figure out what I was actually looking for. And I kept denying these certain things. And I was even frustrated that I was denying these certain jobs because I thought it was out of frustration. But it wasn't out of frustration that I was denying these jobs. I was denying them because it wasn't right for me. I didn't feel that it was right for me. And then now I see there was a reason for that, because I got this job now that I've been there for a week, and I will continue working there, and I love it. I like working there. I like what I do and all that stuff that I named before. Patience, y'all. Patience. Don't ever take... some people would feel like, oh, he just goes on a rant and he just talks about this and he talks about that. These are just my thoughts coming together, and it's not really... It's all my ranting is all what I say is all my ideas are coming into one. Of all what I talk about is all into one. It all means something into one. Everything I talk about on my videos, it all comes into one. Sometimes I can keep a subject and I can stay on it, but sometimes I go off the trail a little bit and I go down the rabbit hole of something else, but I always try to come back to what I was talking about originally. And we have to think, time is everything. We have to remember that time is everything. Money is something. Yes, we do need money to get by and finances and stuff like that, but time is everything. Taking the time to do stuff and figuring out things and not wasting your time is good. I mean, is definitely obviously good, but time is everything. If you didn't have time, you wouldn't be able to do anything. Nothing. You wouldn't be able to make money if you didn't have time. If you didn't have time, how are you going to have the hours to make money? If you didn't have time, how are you going to move forward to look forward to something else that's going to happen tomorrow? If you didn't have time in between that to figure out your ideas, if you didn't have time at all, time is everything. If you didn't have time, it would be nothing, because time is everything. Yeah, we have 24 hours in a day is a lot of hours. Is a lot if you think about it. Even if you worked 8 hours of that, and I'm learning this myself, even if you worked 8 hours of that, you still have 8 hours, 12 hours left of the day before you go to sleep, and then wake up the next day and do it all over again. I'm trying to find the balance in between now working full time and trying to make these videos and trying to make my music and trying to get a new studio set up and trying to get out of this place because I don't want to fucking be here anymore and it's hard to get out. And then I was trying to find the job, which I got now. So that's off the list. Now it's getting out of here, getting a new studio set up. Taking the time for yourself and taking the time to think about these things needs to happen for yourself to process what you're supposed to be doing next in your life. These past 2 weeks or so have been super rough without, losing out on that job because I lost out on contact. If you listen to my other video, you would know what I'm talking about. Lost out on that, so I lost out on the job, and I was depressed for the 2 weeks because I had people not, ditching me out and stuff. Long story short, I was, I'm here today. I pushed through it, and I did all that whole 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and I didn't get fucking high. And you want to hear some more other good news? Is that I'm almost 5 months clean, and I worked my first week and got paid and had money on a Friday, and I didn't get high. I'm gonna be honest with you, some close fucking calls. And if you want to say, oh yeah, he was gonna fall off again, no, like, you have no idea what it's like, especially being your first time clean this long, making it this far and not getting high at the end of the week on the weekend after working a long week of work, and not getting high at the end of the week is a fucking big step for me. And I'm gonna say a couple close calls in the past 5 months. Close calls. They didn't happen, but they were close calls, I will admit. I feel if it did happen, I would tell you. I feel that if it did happen, I don't know, like, I can't have that mindset, but there's been some close calls where I'm like, what was I going to do in that position? What was I going to do the next day? How was I going to think? How was I going to move? How was I going to feel if I did it? Like, all these things were going through my head at the time, and you have to take the time to think about those things and think about your position and what you're doing at that time and what's making you feel that way and what's making you go towards your bad routine or whatever it is, or you feel like you want to go numb out. What's making you feel that way, and then try to get away from it, and then what's made you happy to get away from it, and then go to that spot. So if you're feeling in this certain spot and you're like, man, I feel like getting high, or you feel like doing something bad or whatever, and, you know, depressing or something, but think about what got you out of that state at one point, and then try to aim towards that. And that's what I did to get me out of those spots that I was in the past 5 months. So it can happen. It's just, you know, I don't recommend it, again, doing it by yourself. I do talk to some people, but it's hard to trust a lot of people because a lot of people talk shit, and they like to say, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I'm this way and I'm that way. And I say to them, I was like, I'm pretty fucking blunt, man. I'm pretty straightforward because I've seen it all. Well, not seen it all, but I've seen a lot. I've been through a lot. I've said a lot. I've heard a lot. So I know what to look for. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm liking. I know what I'm not liking. So I know go off body language. So I know what people are like. And a lot of people talk shit. But try to stay away from those people if you're trying to move forward, and don't ever give up on yourself. Don't ever give up on your life. Don't ever give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up on your goals. Don't ever give up on yourself in general. But we need to all come together, man. Like, that's why I started this Me Life and this Real Feel, because it's all about your life, but we need to come together and not be so selfish and be selfless. Like, the Me Life movement for me is like the Me Life. What I say is because it's me life. It's my life. It's your life. Do what you want, but also be humble about it, and be humble about other people surrounding you. Be humble, but always do you. Do what you're supposed to be doing in this life, but be humble for other people and be kind to other people. It's one thing that we need to come together, man. This racist shit, all this bullshit that's going around, this argument over the left and the right, this argument over the most stupidest thing, this shit needs to stop. We need to come together as people. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to talk 20 minutes. I know it's been a while since I posted. I will post this today. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I will post it today. And thank you for listening. I hope you were listening. I hope you understand what I was saying. I hope you understood where I was coming from in this video and what it was about. I know I rant, but it all means something. So I appreciate the ones that do listen. Don't forget to follow my music. There is a new music. There is a song on this channel. It's hidden. I am gonna make a new channel for that. But if you want updates and stuff, follow my Facebook. If you want more videos and you like these videos, please subscribe. Please share this video. Please push my videos out. If you don't want to just share this video, share the link to my channel. That would be much appreciated. That would be much appreciated as well. So much love to everybody. Keep that head up. Keep smiling. Peace out.